It's the most wonderful time of the week. It's Sarah Wednesday, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
This is the Black and Orange Tarot and Astrology channel here on the Tube of Views. And I am here every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. And we have excellent troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other, and you have been so kind to us. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. Miss Sarah will be timestamping today as we go.
Yes.
And or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed. So yeah. And that's just kind of how we do. So today I'm using the Aquarian Tarot. Very pretty. Hard to see the facial features, though. They're very faint. But, and I have got a big cup of tea because, big cup of tea because jury deliberations have begun. And we're going to be here. We're going to be here a little bit. Pardon?
I think you lost internet for a second.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
We're good. We're good.
Is it supreme?
We're good.
Janet's asking, is it supreme? Actually, this is not. This is Twinings. This is good old. This is when it comes to tea. This is my old faithful. This is the Twinings Earl Grey. So,
yes.
Yeah, I agree. Gray. The water actually looks like it's reflecting back Sarah's hair color. Yes. And thank you.
That's cool.
Well done with the background and the placement. Thank you. That makes me very happy.
Yes.
But this is very much on purpose.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I very much do this. This is very much on purpose today. It's some pretty flowers, some gentle waters, some lovely colors, because we're going to relax, all right? There's nothing we can do. We're just going to wait. And whatever happens, happens. And we will get through it.
Absolutely.
And just so one thing to keep in mind. Well, two things to keep in mind, all right? If you walk away with nothing else from today, number one, this is Donald Trump's first criminal trial. First. Even if the other ones don't happen until after the election, it's still only his first. All right? There's more coming. And number two, who's president? Let me see. Yes, there's a Democrat named Joe Biden as the president. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Yes, David Garcia, 3 more to go. Yep. So, all right.
Alrighty. Well,
starting off. I'm sorry, hang on just 1 second. Linda Green. Hi, Linda Green. Happy to see you both. You hope your readings are not too hard. Have not seen your friend before. Oh, this is Miss Sarah. Sarah is, let's just be honest, I am lucky enough to call Miss Sarah my best friend. And we've been besties for about a dozen years. We met online. We met on Facebook. Because we kept ending up in the same groups. And we've never met in person, but we've talked to each other almost every day, or contacted each other almost every day for about a dozen years. We did not start out like this. We were friends. We'd talk. But there are a lot of people who say, I wish I had a Sarah. To which I say, well, there is no Sarah but Sarah. But beyond that, if you would like a Sarah, you can be a Sarah. You can be the supportive, kind person. And for those who feel like they can't be that way because they get taken advantage of, I have heard, I wish I had a Sarah, from multiple people in this community who would very much like a friend like you. So make friends with each other. And
you make me cry. We're just gonna start off. You're just gonna make me cry. Y'all are just like tears. Poof.
But you're also seeing more than a decade down the road for us.
Yes.
Because I'm at the, even though we have our moons that mitigate things, what have you, I'm a Scorpio. A little intense at heart, very emotional. Sarah's an Aquarian. And Sarah already has a lot of people in her life.
Yes.
Husband, 6 kids, mother and brother next door, uncle in the house behind, plus her half sister, and oh gosh, it's a lot.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the lesson from this, you hear the words "be the change," be the bestie. Be the bestie that you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
And I think it was it Heather? Hang on one second. Where did it go? It was in the chat. You're darn tootin', lady. You're darn tootin'. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at 7 minutes.
Okay. Sorry. I was just Colian. Is it Colian? How do you pronounce your name? Because it looks beautiful. Colian? Stallion. Scorpio with a Cancer moon? Yes, I am. With Mars and Pisces too. And but I have a Sagittarius stellium and Saturn on my Gemini ascendant. So it's not you don't actually drown when you get near me. There's some other stuff, the air and fire that will keep you from just drowning from all the water in my chart. But anyway, but no, what I was just trying to say, Doug Dotson says, I want a shirt that says "Be a Sarah." Yes. But basically what I'm trying to say is when we became friends, I think I wanted to be friends more than Sarah did, or I wanted more of her time than she necessarily wanted to give. And, it doesn't start out with, it takes time. Trust is consistent behavior over time.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know I can trust Sarah with anything, but it took
a minute.
Yeah. So
but
I just
also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And Sarah does look beautiful today, Fancy. Yes?
Y'all are so sweet. I was gonna say, I also, on top of being an Aquarian and having like super Aquarian energy, because my husband is an Aquarian, my mother's an Aquarian, my oldest is an Aquarian, we're all nearby. I also have ADHD, so object impermanence is a big thing for me, and it's not like it's, and for anybody who has ADHD, you understand it's not that for people who are not quite in your, like, deep in your circle, if you don't see them every day or talk to them every day, it's not that you don't care. You absolutely love them. You would actually do anything for them, but you don't always think of them all the time. And it's not, but if anything to do with them, it's just because your brain is jacked up. So it took a while for my super Aquarian energy and my object impermanence to like get in sync and go, oh yeah, we're yanking her into the core of the thing. So yeah, so you're welcome.
Well, but I am nothing if not tenacious.
Yes, she is, and I love that about her. So
thank you. All right, so I guess there's something going on today in the news.
There is. Before we start on that real quick, Laugh, Love, Inspire would like for some prayers of good energy for her mother Ruth, who has been in the hospital for over 20 days now and recently had surgery while she was there. So if we could take a second and just send some good vibes and energy and prayers Miss Ruth's way, that would be awesome.
And I saw that when it first popped up earlier, early on in the chat, and I actually prayed earlier this morning as well. So
you're so sweet.
Oh, thank you. But there's a lot of caring in this group. So, okie dokie.
70, Tenacious Day, not Tenacious Day. I love you, dear. Okay, it's not the greatest comment in the world. It's a tribute. Inside. Okay, at 11:20. Okay, y'all. As of 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the jury is officially in deliberation.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I just had a heart attack. Okay, we're okay. We're fine. Nothing's changed. Hello, Becca from House of Lenormand, the talented Becca from House of Lenormand, who has some personal readings at times available. House of Lenormand. Just so you know, I'm just sitting here and I've got the news on just okay.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things that are going to happen over the next few days. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just saw CNN. Okay. Breaking news. All charges have been dismissed. And my heart just fell to the floor against world #1 golfer Scotty Scheffler after his arrest on his way to the PGA Championship in Louisville. CNN, are you trying to kill us all? Are you trying to make us have heart attacks? Lord help.
Anderson, come get your people. We ain't fooling with all this.
No. Okay, refreshing the top stories. Still, jury deliberations begin in the historic Trump hush money trial. Sana.
Okay. So as of 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, they have been in their little room doing their little thing. What is the energy concerning a verdict in the next 24 hours or so? What are we giggling?
In the little room, doing their little thing.
In the room, doing their little thing. And we've got several questions about all of this, but we'll just start with that because a lot of people were wondering sort of about a timeline and if it's going to be quick and what is the definition of quick. So I figured we'd start off in the next 24 hours or so. How are we looking? Because the odds of it happening before close of business today are muy poquito. I mean, we're now.
Oh, the bacon biscuits.
OJ was OJ, but this is a little different. So, yeah.
And the boo-boo's making biscuits over here. So.
Yes. Well, as Taylor once said, karma is a cat in her lap purring because it loves her. Donnie's has karma today. Bailey's bringing his own. So, yeah. Karma is a cat.
He's a good boy. There was earlier today, we were watching CNN, whatever it was, MSNBC. Sarah was watching some of it. I was watching a lot of it. And apparently, this comes up in the next question, but where is Donald while these people are, where is he? He's, while the jury's deliberating, he can't leave. He can't leave. So he's actually sitting in an empty courtroom in the building. The The prosecutors can go to their offices because it's right across the street, but you have to be really close by because you don't make the jury wait. So Trump is when he's not complaining out in the metal playpen
Or super
in the
tweeting.
hallway, or super
Yes.
tweeting. Oh my gosh, little thumbs of fury. Oh yeah.
I swear
this
his
morning,
thumbs have abs. I mean, the rest of them may not, but his thumbs have abs because they're just like.
Yeah, he's got his little thumbs of fury going. Tiny thumbs of fury. So he's there, and there was a lawyer who was talking about how this is the point as a lawyer where you can check your email, you can try to think about wider things because there's nothing you can do, but at the same time you can't fully just kind of move on and be thinking about stuff because, and especially is like you should be hanging out with the defendant while the jury's deliberating, but that can be really unpleasant. And
I wouldn't be there.
Yeah, and the thought of being with Trump right now, no, thank you. And if in fact this morning he went out to the playpen, and he was saying Mother Teresa would be guilty in this court, what have you. And I was thinking, I don't think Mother Teresa would sleep with an adult film star. No, I'm pretty sure. No.
That part.
Of either gender. Yeah, I don't think so. Just a thought. Anyway. So, how's it going to go for the next? Well, first of all, I better take this card at a time. See, he's a shaky mess right now.
No.
And normally, I am very much the bleeding heart. And if someone's hurting or scared or what have you, I'm like, oh. I still have these moments of like deep, like pain when I think of Bailey when he was found. And alone on the side of a road. He was named after the street he was found on, Bailey Street. And he was hungry. He was a kitten. He was less than a year old. He was for the longest time, he was a vacuum cleaner. Any food fell anywhere and he'd be all over it. He'd eat anything. But now look at him. And all these years of him being, pampered and happy and, snuggled and everything's okay. But even last night, it just kind of hit me again. And I was just like, oh. All right. So anybody being terrified, anybody being shaky, my heart wants to go out to them. But this guy is vile. This guy is absolutely vile and cruel. And has destroyed lives. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Even the train's like, heck with him. Queen of Cups. It just feels like everybody's emotional. Everybody's waiting. And then we've got the five of Pentacles. So there's nothing Trump can do right now. He can't. He's just sitting out in the cold. He's just sitting in a cold courtroom. Or maybe it's a hot courtroom. Maybe they didn't turn the AC down. I don't know. But he's sitting in an empty courtroom nearby. And there's nothing he can do. The jurors are deliberating as partnership. Working together. And, you might want to mute yourself when you're typing.
Sorry.
Okay. And ultimately, well, it's kind of a mixed bag. The next 24 hours, I do have a 10 of Swords, but that might just be stress. And a 7 of Pentacles, Fruits of Labor. This feels like waiting.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but this feels like waiting. Very, very tense waiting. And yeah, Trump has his tiny little thumbs of fury going. Holy buckets. Like, or he's doing speech to text. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know. The thing is, speech to text would make some mistakes, but it also doesn't
speech to text wouldn't do his random capitalization either.
Right. Yeah.
And he's not going to go back and edit.
Right.
So, yeah. So, no. Okay. Well,
Okay.
so the cards are saying not necessarily within the next 24 hours or so, but like you were saying just now with Trump, because they've got him in an empty courtroom, like in a down the hall.
Mhm.
And I think it was Bernadette who asked where his lawyers are. His lawyers are with him. It's him and his little team that are just sitting there waiting for the little call. They can get DoorDash or whatever, I guess. So,
Yep.
but he has to stay on property as long as the jury is in session. When the jury disperses for this evening to go back to their homes, that's when he can leave. How is he going to be able to handle that the longer we go on? Because he cannot leave. He is him in a room with his thoughts. Poor persecuted him.
Oh, but he's not in a room with his thoughts. He's in a room with his whatever family can put up with him and his sycophants and his lawyers and his phone
Right.
and food.
Well,
and I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I mean he's not a patient man. So how's he going to handle it? Yes, I'll look at that. But for what it's worth, he's not alone.
Right.
And he's not going to be in a good mood. Just not. That's the devil card. Just not good.
No.
Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. See, this is a whole new beginning. A whole new world, a world where he's held accountable.
Yay.
And the Page of Swords. He's just. I don't know if anybody remembers. There was a video released a long time ago of negotiations, or it was either deposition or negotiations that were recorded during about Trump University.
Mm-hmm.
And they were part of the video was Trump's just sitting there with his lawyer while the other people had left the room. And he was saying to the lawyer, so like, what's the likelihood of me getting off here of like how often? And the lawyer's like, oh, fine. It's great. It's great. Yeah, it's fine. It's great. I don't know if any of you remember that, but that's what I've got here.
Yeah.
But it's a whole new world, whole new beginning.
Bless. Well, at 23:40, Claude has a question.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, Judge Mershon blasted Trump's lawyer for slipping an inappropriate remark into their summation. That was yesterday, which was objected by the prosecution. The prosecution demanded curative instruction to the jury, and Judge Mershon agreed. Did that cause more damages to the case of the defense and more weight to a guilty verdict by the jury?
You doing okay?
It's like, yeah, you don't listen to them.
But it was during, so the jury did hear it.
Yes, but they were told that's ridiculous. Don't listen to that, basically. So
Okay.
yeah.
Don't listen to that refusal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The jury was like, lawyers are going to lawyer. They take some of what the lawyers say as on both sides. I think they do take some of it as this is what this person's being paid for. Eight of Cups, it's the evidence. The evidence is what is going to matter mostly.
Mhm.
There's only a little bit that will be more character or who do you trust, but there's just a lot of evidence there, and this is the Empress, the card for the USA. This is the future of the country or the bigger picture.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I get the sense that both sides have said at least a couple of one or two things that the jury's like, just ignore that. Or I'm just going to
Okay. Claude is also wondering, and so are some other folks in chat. While it may be a long shot, but how are the cards feeling about a guilty verdict on all counts? What could we possibly see a unanimous across the board? Yeah, he did it.
Look, this isn't the answer, but when I cut the deck
Mm-hmm.
to shuffle, I got that 2 of Cups, jury deliberation, and a big hole. I was like, can we do that? Can we please? All right, hang on.
That's hysterical.
Let me see what we got.
Well, Patricia, we've gone beyond 15 minutes at this point because it is now 12:30 in New York. So, and they've been in there for a little over an hour. So,
is it an hour or 2?
It's 1 hour. They went in at no, sorry, because it's 1:30. It's been 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay. Just to make sure.
Sorry.
What? CC Ryder.
Yeah, I think that happened yesterday or the day before. That is crazy. Mm-hmm.
So how's he going to get around the country?
It's not the big plane. It's the little tiny jet that he was using before.
Oh.
It's not the big Trump Force One thing. It's the smaller jet.
Trump Force Dumb? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Um
Fancy said good. EG needs more cash. That's right.
That's true.
So
all counts, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How would you? Okay, I honestly, I'm curious how you will interpret this. All right, his lawyers have laid out whatever they've said. Knight of Wands. This can also be people who were working for Trump.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for what it's worth, the 2 women who got on the stand for the defense who burst into tears, I don't think that helped the defense case. Matter of fact, I got the sense that the overall the jurors felt about that it was like, grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Just because this isn't your father, this is a con man. Yeah. No, I think they thought it was sincere. It was just this is a con man.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Oh yeah, no, I think it was sincere. I think they think it's sincere, but he's conned them into caring. So it's just
Oh boy. So what do you think of this? Is he going to be held accountable? Is he going to be found guilty on all 34 counts? All right, this is the evidence. 9 of Cups. That's the evidence. 4 of Cups. This could be a refusal. Like we've got a lot here, we've got there. Maybe that one doesn't count, or maybe that one isn't as important. I don't know. But we're going over everything here. We have a 7 of Pentacles, fruits of labor. So they have the checks. They've got the prosecution was the prosecution's closing argument was super long, but going meticulously down the line of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It ends with the Devil card and the Emperor.
So you're saying there's a chance?
So I'm saying there's a chance. Let me see if I can get any clarification, but the devil with the Emperor card. The Emperor is Trump, and the devil card being corruption.
While you're pulling that, I wanted to note, Cynthia. Yes, she noted that she reported on the jet yesterday. Yes, ma'am. Again, remember that the chat goes so fast these days that we don't always catch everything. Having said that, though, thank you. Thank all of you for what you do. And when you bring things to our attention and you put them in chat, you're all just, we love you. So
yes. And CC Ryder, no, it was the corruption of the Emperor. That's what that was. Corruption and Emperor. I feel like we're diagramming sentences sometimes. Is it English? Is it French? Is the adjective before or after the subject of the?
Yeah.
So I'm asking for some clarification. This is the burden of all that stuff, the heaviness of it's a lot. And the Queen of Wands, which is one of those beautiful cards in this deck. I mean, she's just, that thing is gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah. This is all the people who supported him. Five of Swords is adding insult to injury. Okay. Legal, adding insult to injury, or, the way they were attacking Cohen. Not that Cohen is some squeaky clean. No.
Right.
But.
Right.
Hierophant, institution, Tower. So I'd say there's a chance. But we'll see. But there's a chance. Holly and Francis, I think the chat speed can be adjusted.
It can. I already have it on slow mode with a 15-second delay. And all that does is adjust how rapidly slow mode, it adjusts how rapidly someone can speed post. Right. It doesn't affect how fast the chat itself goes. So if everybody's posting, it's still going to go like this. It just means one person can't but get their thumb abs and go, so yeah.
Yeah. But I'm so grateful that there is some such good stuff in the chat, and thank you for being here, and thank you for joining in.
Yes.
And the great thing about having such a great community here is there are things I definitely miss, but then other people will pick up and either remind me or bring to my attention, or will respond or answer questions where people here really help each other, and that is huge. Thank you. So if you are in the chat, you are talking and whatnot back and forth, you're not just it's not into the void, not here,
right?
So okay,
alrighty. Well, at 33:05, Win-Win wants to know, has the jury been under surveillance by either the state for protection or by Trump's minions for nefarious means? Like, are they being watched?
They are being protected. I
mean,
believe.
like when they leave, when they leave the courthouse at the end of the day, are they being monitored?
I think so.
Okay.
Can anybody? Lovejoy 7732 is asking, if you are a convicted felon, can you still run for president? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're worried about something happening to them. So, Two of Swords, it's kind of this is often decisions, but it's also protection, or can be. Six of Pentacles, it's a little bit. It's a little like keep a patrolman nearby where they live, even if it's not like in front of their house, but keep them close. But nothing really obnoxious. Yeah. Lisa, oh, sorry. Where was that? But you can't vote. That makes sense. Yeah, Lisa, 4-4. Yeah, exactly. You can't vote if you're a convicted felon. You can't vote, but you can run for office. excuse you?
Yeah. I just make it make sense. It just, yeah. All right. Well, at 35 even, N.R. Milford wants to know, Tiffany and her husband attended Dumpy's trial. She and her hubby are pretty wealthy, so are they supporting him financially as well?
If they are, it'd be a drop in the bucket. But let's have a look.
Yeah.
If Trump's a convicted felon, does that mean he won't be able to vote for himself in November?
Yep. Winner, turkey dinner.
But it's a state thing in New York, and he's going to be in Florida.
You can't, felons can't vote in Florida either. DeSantis is all about. Remember, DeSantis put people in jail who didn't even know that they couldn't vote.
Okay.
Yeah. So, wouldn't that be a thing if Trump didn't realize it and voted? And due to that new DeSantis rule, he just got.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine says he can vote as long as he's under appeal. Is that federal or state law? Ooh, you've got the musing face going on, though.
Yeah. This is gorgeous. I love this deck. That sun card is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
With along with the Temperance. Insult to injury in the center, but there's a Seven of Pentacles, which is fruits of labor. And then there's kind of a celebrating together family group thing.
Mm-hmm.
With an ace of wands. So of course he would love to bleed his kids dry for money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not exactly a shocker. With this Temperance here, insult to injury, but there's some here. It makes me think that they are contributing quite a bit, or contributing some, to us. It would be a lot, but to them could be some. But it almost feels like excuses. Well, this money is locked away in trust funds. I mean, it's not like we've got this just, I mean, we're helping you everywhere you can, but that most of that money is his father's still, and it's a family business locked up in there, and I'm hearing a lot of excuses, but also that it wouldn't solve the problem. He owes so much.
Yeah. Oh goodness. All right. Well, go ahead.
Grace saying, I love that deck for Dumpy. Just a man, King of Wands card, since it looks like a rubber chicken on his head. King of Wands. Hang on. Okay, now I've got to just stop. King of Wands. It is. It's a bird on his head. Good catch. Squeak, 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 squeak.
Okay. Oh, that's hysterical. Okay. At 39 even. Barb was wanting to know, it seems that Trump is planning lawsuits in swing states to limit voting to midnight on election day. So he's planning on these. He's trying to get it to where voting can only happen from midnight on election day to eliminate early voting in swing states. Will any of this be successful?
Is this a Trump thing? Is this a Lara Trump RNC thing?
It's a Trump thing, if I'm not mistaken. The campaign, or it could be an RNC thing. Let me look. I've heard both. I think it may be an RNC as directed by Trump because he talks about it a lot.
So no early voting.
Right.
Card for the reading, illusion. Just his lies about early voting. And underneath that is the country. So he's lying about the country.
Mm-hmm.
World card. With the Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth, and the Three of Swords, we know why he's doing it because he will tend to lose. But this goes forward because you've got the truth here, and they're trying to stop things, trying to end things back here. It's just, no, there was stuff you got away with in the past. We're not in that era yet anymore.
Right.
There's a Sword of Truth. In a sense, they kind of had their opportunity from 2016 to, actually, I would say 2020, but more like I'd say 2021, but more like 2022. Yeah. While the DOJ dragged their feet.
Yeah.
They had their opportunities to destroy everything, and they failed. Thank heavens, but they failed. So tough tootsies.
Yeah. I think I stumbled across something popped up in my timeline or my recommended thing from Kevin Sorbo of all people, saying that if you don't, unless you're in the military, you have no reason to vote early. And I'm like, dude, nobody stopped listening to you since Xena kicked your butt. Like, just stop. Just stop. Yeah.
It's sad because I really, you know me, I love sci-fi, and I enjoyed Andromeda.
Yes, and I loved Hercules back in the day too. So, yeah,
I liked more the Stargate, Andromeda stuff rather than the past barbarian stuff.
I will say though that I can attest, not personally, but a lot of people ran into her. Random tangent. Lucy Lawless, who played Xena, is just a gem of a person. She is amazing, and she is sweet, and she is kind, and she is just fat and hysterical. So she filmed some stuff locally, and people who were in around the sets and ran into her just had nothing but just amazing things to say about her, for what it's worth. So, yes. So, and she should be the one to, if they recast the role of that chick on
Mandalorian,
yes. Absolutely.
She would be perfect for that.
Yes, she would. All right. At 4310, we're switching gears out of Trump world into U.S. politics. Rhonda wants to know, what does Jasmine Crockett's future look like politically? Will she go up the ladder in government, maybe senator, VP, or president, something like that one day?
I know it's a blue channel. People just say I'm biased, but she's got good energy.
Yes.
She feels like she's honestly a good person. Because not everybody you'd think is a good person. You read on them, and suddenly it's like,
oh yeah.
Even people you'd swear up and down they're just fantastic. You read on them, and it's but this is good. Right, certainly she's got the wind at her back right now. Chariot for the reading. She's making a name for herself. It's good. And she'll take on all comers. Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, your whomever, your MTGs, your whoever it is, bring it. She's got the star in the middle. These are the bit players in her play.
Hey.
And I've got a King of Cups, so that's moving up in the party. That's people higher in the party liking her. Page of Pentacles. People will continue to be annoying. So I've got kind of an upward trajectory. I just don't know yet. It's not telling me how far it's going to go.
How far up? So yeah, so she'll be around a bit and she'll elevate some, but we don't know how long or how far is sort of what you're getting.
Let me see if I can get any clarification, but that's what I'm getting so far. And to be honest, even for me personally, I just wanted to know if are things moving in an upward direction, a good direction. They don't have to reach,
Right.
Who is it? Someone said, my astrology, wow, you're going into a time in your life. This is the what is it? The most famous you're going to be in your entire life. And it was like, I mean, yay, but thank God. I think. Like the Storm says, Jasmine said she's mentoring young people to take her place. She doesn't plan to stay long and retire there. Well, good. Whatever works for her. She's like I said, she's got good energy. I've got good stuff, and she's going to continue to take on the jerks. Good. And she will own them. You lie to her. You pull garbage. You're far right, thinking they can attack. Actually, it isn't that they think they can attack her. It's that they can't help themselves. The more racist they are, the more it just triggers them that she's there.
Mm-hmm.
She's the dumbest thing in the world. And here's the Empress. That's her and the whole country. 8 of Cups, evidence. So moving along, Wheel of Fortune, good. So good. That's what I've got. Good, but that's all I've got. I've just got good. I wish I could be more specific. That's what I'm getting. So,
and I'm with you, Betty Kentrell, because she's in Dallas, and I have not had. I grew up with Ann Richards as governor of Texas, and so that female-led dim energy is like that. Just that's. So that would just be awesome to me if at some point we had a Governor Crockett. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Hang on. 3 cards. Governor.
Okay.
Governor
Crockett. Absolutely.
And watch all those racist blankety blanks. Watch their little pinheads explode, metaphorically. Hey. No, let's just hope for better. Okay, moving on.
Alrighty. Well, at 48:15, Maggie wants to know, will or did RFK Jr. ask Aaron Rodgers to be his VP? For his position, he's getting old and has been frequently injured, so would he accept or reject this offer? Aaron Rodgers is he baseball or football? He's an aging athlete who everybody used to love, but then he hit sort of like Sorbo. Like, he was respected and people liked him, and then all of a sudden he just opened his mouth and stupidity fell out. So, yeah. That's also the one that gets into it with Jimmy Kimmel all the time. Aaron Rodgers is. So, yeah.
How stupid do you have to be to take on late night comedians?
I mean, head injuries in sports are a thing. I'm just saying.
Well, what I've got in the cards here is, first of all, RFK Jr. has already chosen the person he said he wanted as VP.
Okay.
Yeah, TC Ryder picked his VP weeks ago. That rich woman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's already been done. But I pulled cards because, could it be somebody? Could this be important in his running? Maybe the woman drops out. I mean,
Right.
So I pulled cards, and what I've got is, hey, if Aaron Rodgers wants to try to get on this train, choo choo. The Moron Express is leaving the station. And there might be a bridge missing coming up with absolute crickets, absolute electoral silence, and hemmed in. So you want to take a ride on this train, that's your choice. You have to be a special kind of woefully blind. So if you want to help, yeah, okay, bye. CC Ryder says Rodgers is still under contract with the New York Jets this year. Oh, there you go.
Well, it is Wednesday. We have a little time left, but before we dive into a whole other thing, do you want to look and just see about, is there a message for us? Because everything's sort of up in the air right now with the verdict and whatnot, and there's excitement and whatnot in the air. So what do the cards say?
Yes, and just so you know, this keep an eye on this background. Do you see this background? While the jury is deliberating, do you remember Windham Hill? Do you remember the what do you call it? Those fixtures they had in like Walmart and Hobby Lobby or wherever, where it was like sounds of wind chimes and the sea and all that kind of stuff, and you could hit the button and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is your job.
Mm-hmm.
This is your assignment while the jury is deliberating. Embrace your inner calming rain, babbling brook. The jury is going to do what they're doing. There's nothing you can do about it right now. And we have whale songs. Yes, Gray, exactly. Whale songs are good. Whatever keeps you calm.
Did way back in the old CD collection for that Pure Moods disc from the 90s. Put on some Enya, some Gregorian chants. We're going to make it.
Hey, we all want to be Enya. We all want to be Enya.
She's got a castle in the middle of nowhere, just her and the cats, right?
Yes, she's a bazillionaire in a castle, single, living her best life with a whole bunch of cats. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Hello. Yeah. Message for us is embrace your inner Windham Hill.
Carly D donated 5 memberships. That is so sweet. Thank you,
Carly. Thank you. Strongest card here is the Wheel of Fortune. Because what I've got is there are a lot of people working in law enforcement trying to hold Trump and his ilk accountable. A lot of people, more than you know, trying to, all the people we don't see who are doing the paperwork and doing the research and, since I've been working my way through the original Perry Mason seasons, they're Paul Drakes, the investigator. You can go wading into the news and what have you, and they will stir things up and talk about this, that, and the other. But it's not connected to reality. It's just what they're just talking. They have some experience, they could guess, but they don't know. They're not in there. So all the stuff you're hearing on the news right now is has like this is the jury, this is the chatter on the news. There's nothing connecting them.
Right.
Okay, keep that in mind.
Right.
Wheel of Fortune. If it would help calm you to pray, pray. But if praying is not calming you down, just breathe. Sherry, this will happen. We will get an answer. And it will be all over the news. This will not be subtle. This won't be does anybody know what happened with that trial thing? When was it? Something. You don't have to go digging. Thank you, people. Thank you. Gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. And Lucky Girl, thank you. Stay calm and Automon. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Prosecutors have done their jobs. King of Swords, King of Wands. Trump's morons have done their jobs. Smell the flowers. Drink some water. Listen to some wind chimes. That's the message.
That's right. And to quote Joyce, I don't worry anymore because Autumn tells us that we're going to be okay every single day, and I believe her.
Oh, thank you, Joyce. That's very sweet. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, Finzenberger. I'm rewatching Perry Mason as well. It's all about the evidence, facts, not legal questions. Yes. Well, and in reality, in the Perry Mason, the original series, because I'm still on season 2. I'm up in the 20-something episodes, 20th something episode of season 2. It never goes to the jury.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so that's not realistic, but the rest of it is, it's based on facts. And there are any number of times where somebody walks a room and there's somebody who's no longer with us, an actor who's laying on the ground, who's perfectly fine, but oh my gosh. All right. And then the other person walks in and they're like, oh, and I was like, don't touch anything. Oh, jeez, don't touch anything.
Yeah. They touched everything.
They touched that. They touched, well, not their one saving grace was all the men had handkerchiefs.
Yes.
Cloth handkerchiefs on them to help them pick stuff up. And they'd even borrow each other's. Like, I need 2 of them to pick up this thing. And it was funny because who was it? One guy's there, and he just reached over the guy next to him, who's like a partner or something, and just reached into his pocket of his suit jacket and just pulled out his handkerchief. Just use that too. But I'm going to tell you about the other thing that I've noticed, if you don't mind me just for a minute here. The other thing I've noticed in the original show, the black and white from 1957, 1958, nobody had deadbolts on their doors. And not that many people had chains. Some had chains, but mostly they had just little doorknob locks. And none of them had peepholes. And people would knock on their doors all the time. People were constantly knocking on, and back when I was growing up, I mean, that's what you do. People would knock on the door. The neighbors would just show up at your house, wanting to talk, kids wanting to play or, whatever.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, do you have no peephole? You have no idea. You'd say, who is it? And if they answered, great. But most of the time, they're just like, oh, okay, just open the door. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
So, and I found out that in the books, Della Street, his secretary,
I love her.
He did propose to her multiple times in the books, but she never accepted because a woman at the time would not work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
Okay. That's what we're going to do. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So, anyway. Oh,
Thank y'all.
yes. I'm sorry. I was just having a quick look in the chat. So, I have a kitty. I have a furry kitty. And it's going to be okay, everybody. So, hang in there.
Yes.
Catherine Lopez says, I was frustrated yesterday, so I cut back roses. Yes. If you have ideas on like what you've done to calm yourself down, do share. Share in
Yes.
the comments below. Share whatever you can. Michelle Thom is saying, I heard none of that. I was watching the kitty.
That's fine.
Yeah. And Fleck, yeah, now we have Ring cameras. It's hard to believe how much has changed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, David's saying that in the new Perry Mason one, she's gay. Oh, awesome. Okay. Oh, Fancy said a hot shower always helps me. Oh yeah. Patricia Winter planted tomatoes yesterday. Oh, I bet that smelled wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Be Grateful was pruning trees. Lisa Arnold, baby animal voices. Veronica Johannes suggests lorazepam. If you can, it's a controlled substance, but hey, if you can talk to your doctor. Oh, Susan McDaniel started going to therapy. Good for you. Good for you. And Lewis says, I paint or listen to music. Excellent. Up an Earth Helper, do art. Excellent.
Funny cat videos. Yep. That'll do it.
Crafting, Veronica. Yep. All right. So, and Grace says, I'm waiting for my catnip to sprout. Oh, you're not the only, if you have cats, you're not the only one waiting for it to sprout.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, hang in there. Don't forget to have some water. Stretch. We're going to get through this. All right. So it's 1:08 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. I am up north in Chicago. Miss Sarah's down south in Shreveport.
Yes.
But we're in the Central Time Zone. 3 o'clock, we'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And look, we've been through a lot. We've all been through a lot these last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we really are. We made it through this. We made it through the entire Trump presidency and a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still here. And we still have a Democrat.
Yep.
We're still in a democracy, and we still have a Democrat in the presidency, and we're going to be okay. All right. Exactly, Valerie. We're trauma bonded. Yes.
That's right.
Yes, we are. All right. All right. So take care.
Yeah.
Lisa Fortiful, will you come on if something happens? I won't come on if they are only, they just want more information, if they have a question. Okay. But when we're going to get a verdict, heck yeah. Yeah. As soon as we hear there's about to be a verdict, and trust me, I listen to, and I have all notifications on, and so do not worry. You will get notification from me as soon as the jury's going to come out, because they always give it then some time for everybody to gather back together. Oh, I'll be on. Guaranteed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So hang in there. All right. Bring Sarah too.
It depends on what's going on at the time. I may be working sprints at the same time. So it just depends.
Or other things since I'm a workaholic and Sarah works hard, but she has a life. So
not much of one. Yeah. Not much of one, but
the sheer number of people in your life, you have a life anyway. All right. Take care, everybody. And please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. Yes, Val, hit the bell for notifications. Please do. All right. And Lucky Girl says, stay calm and Autumn. Oh, thank you. All right. Take care. And I will see you right back here tomorrow.